Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and I know that lots of genuine fans of the channel are currently watching Simon streaming the witness that he's trying to get through as a game, and that's live at the moment, but that means that it's probably just you and me, but you are my favourite viewer, so that's all good. Really busy day here on the channel. We got caught up by 3 different media outlets because Maki Kaji, the Japanese godfather of Sudoku, died last week, and suddenly BBC, ITN and Radio 5, BBC, ITN and the I newspaper all figured that out on the same day. So we hope to have footage soon of Simon on the TV news, me on the radio, and perhaps a piece from the I newspaper that we've written tomorrow. So really busy, and perhaps I think that makes it appropriate to have a look at classic Sudoku, which was of course the genre that was first fostered in the Nikkei magazines and website. So really delighted to have a puzzle by Lars Müller, who says that this is genuinely approachable classic Sudoku. Now, I don't know whether he means it's genuinely approachable because it's classic or genuinely approachable as a classic. But anyway, we will have a look at that. You can try it on the link below the video. Obviously, I'm not going to need to go through the rules, but before I do it, I am also going to mention that tomorrow, almost lost in the shuffle, is the last episode of this season of our podcast. That's going to be on the channel at 10 a.m. our time, and obviously you'll be able to also see tomorrow Simon's stream of The Witness from today if you haven't watched it live, and just tons of stuff going on anyway. So there's all our apps and Patreon and Discord available. Actually, Patreon, you've got 3 days left to enter the Grockel's Heatwave Hunt. So, tons going on. Let's have a look. Lovely pattern on this puzzle, by the way. Look at the diamond. Oh, I've nearly got the highlighting right on that. Around the middle, and also the crosses pointing in. Very, very interesting pattern of givens. And as I say, Lars says this is genuinely approachable. We'll be the judge of that, won't we? So do give it a try. Obviously, the rules are just 1 to 9 in each row, column, and 3 by 3 box. Let's see what we learn from this one. Let's get cracking. And let's fill in some possibilities. 6s in row 3 must be there. 3s in row 1 have to be in box 3. There's a 1 somewhere there. One of those is a 2. 4 we can fill in row 6. That's the only place it can be, as that cell sees the top 4. Right, what else have we got? I'm trying to be a little methodical about the digits I'm looking at. Looking across the rows in boxes and sets of 3 boxes. And then down the columns. So we get a 1 somewhere. That is a given 3. Well, not a given, but a deducible 3 from those. 5 in the central box. It's got 4 5s looking at it, so it can only go in one place. And that is going to have an effect. I'll come back to that in the central box in a minute. 6s, yes, I thought there was another repeated digit in those 3 boxes. 4s there, 7s up at the top, and 8s in one of those 2. Now, coming back to this central box, 8 is looking at those 2 cells, so it has to go into one of those 2. And 3 that we've got is now looking at those 2, so that's going to go in one of those. Now, that's good. That means this pair of cells is a 3-6 pair, and they can't have the 7 in, so the 7 in this box now has to be here. We're going to have 1 4 2 left to fill in box 8. What else does that give us? Let's have a look up here. Right, 2, 7 and 8 to place. That can't be a 2. So 2, 7 and 8 to place. And the 2 is definitely up here in the top. So these corner marks mean that 2 is confined to those 2 positions within the box. The marks I put in the center, the pencil marks in the center, are the available candidates once they've got a bit limited. So what else can we do? 7 is confined to one of those 2 positions. But since 9 is fairly unrestrained, okay, let's fill in the possibilities in the center and take out the corner marks, because they can get a bit confusing when you end up combining them. 8, 3. So I think those are the only possibilities in the center. Now, what else? 9 now is in one of those 2 positions, and therefore one of those 2. In fact, up at the top here, I am going to start, as I have done in these middle boxes, filling in cells where there are only 2 possibilities, because they can sometimes form pairs and triples, which can be useful. But then you have to find them first, which isn't always straightforward. But there are quite a lot of givens in this puzzle. Oh look, 5s. I think this works everywhere. There's a 5 in each of row 2, 8, column 2 and 8. And yeah, look, if you look where 5 can go in box 1, those are all ruled out by the given 5. So 5's in one of the opposite corners there. And I think that's going to apply in each of these corner boxes, thanks to the symmetry. So 5's will end up being in one of these rotationally symmetrical patterns, either like that or like that, but we don't know which yet. But if we do get one more 5 in the grid, we get them all. Bit of an incentive there. 8 can't be in any of those cells. So 8 is definitely in one of those 2. Aha! And one of those 2. So this can't be 8 anymore. 2, 1, 3, 5. Yeah, so that is a definite naked single 9 now. Now that we've confined 8 in row 2 to one of those 2 positions. Now, does that get us some traction in the top row? Yes, this is a naked single 8. It sees 1, 9, 6 and 4 in the top row, 3, 2, 5 and 7 in its column. So that's an 8. We get a 9 here, and we're finishing the central box suddenly. That feels good. That can't be 8. Let's get rid of the 8 pencil mark, and we can even take out the 2's. We've got a 2, 7 pair. So we've got 1, 4 and 9 left. Obviously that one can't be the 9. A little 1, 4 pair in the column. Now this is 2 or 3. This is 2, 3 or 5. This is 5 or 7. So 7's in one of those, but again, don't know which. We know where 7 goes in row 5. And that finishes off row 5. Oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong mode. So 7 is here, and that gives us the 1 and 6 as well. That places 9. Now we can finish box 6. I don't think this is being too bad. I don't want to speak too soon, but we are making some decent progress here. 9 and 2. So there's a 2 in one of these cells, and we know there's a 2 in one of those cells. Now that forms an X-wing. That is using up the 2's in rows 8 and 9. So none of these cells can be a 2. There must be a 2 down here somewhere, which we wouldn't have known without that. This is 1 or 6. I can't actually fill it in. I thought I was going to be able to, but I was getting a little overexcited perhaps about that limitation on 2's. Where does 9 go? Oops, in this column, only in that cell. So that can go in. That finishes the 9's. All of them are done, I think, now. 9, 6, 8, 4, 5, 3, 2. This is a 1, 7 naked pair, I think. It sees 4, 6, 9, 8 in the box and 2, 5, 3 in the row. So that's 1 and 7. This 7 is actually telling us which way round that naked pair are. We get an 8 and a 4 there. 7, that 7 is looking at this cell. That's very helpful. So we know where 7 goes there. Right, I think we are now possibly on the home straight. 6 and 8 are done. Yeah, we've got a lot of this done. Actually, I don't know what these are, 1/6 pair, but remember what I said about 5s? As soon as we were going to get one, we were going to get them all. And in they go. So that's a 2. 1/6 pair usefully along this row. So we get a 4 and a 3, 2 and 3. We've done that, 1 and 4 now. That becomes a 1. This must be a 2, 3 and 6. Actually, whenever I wrote 3 and 6 in there early on, I didn't spot that given 3, but there we go. Spotted it now. And I think we are finishing. So not too bad a puzzle at all. Yeah, you're right, Lars. That is genuinely approachable, even for a classic Sudoku. So there we go. Thank you very much for sending it. Intriguing puzzle. And, you know, not too bad at all. Do let me know how you did on that. And if you want to see more classic Sudoku on the channel, you know, it's a bit of a change for us actually these days to do genuinely approachable classic Sudoku, and a nice change of pace. So as I say, thank you for watching. Tomorrow, watch out for our latest podcast episode, which is partly us just talking about the history of the channel and how we met, and partly a bit of thinking about thinking, funnily enough. So I think that'll be interesting, and we'll see what we can bring you from our various media appearances that are happening today, tomorrow. It'll be interesting to know what we can show you. But as it is, that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and see you another time. Bye for now.